welcome everyone. Welcome to Feels Like Sunday. How are you today, Lucia?
Yeah. I'm doing really well, thanks, Brooke. Really well.
I'm sorry. I read the name and then when I'm doing like just ready to say it, I'm like, mental brain
It's all
spasm.
good. It's all good. Lucia is my name. So sometimes I get Lucia because of the Spanish connection.
Yeah,
but I'm Italian.
Okay. Yeah, my brother's Italian. I got a half brother. He's Italian. I like his food. Yeah, he cooks good. Too much sugar in his pasta sauce though. He just like when he reduces a tomato, like a ton of sugar. Just like it. Yeah.
Just a touch of sugar. Just take it out. Take the acid out. But other than that, you don't need a lot.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Feels Like Sunday. And my guest reader is Lucia Tomarchio, and we'll be reading for you today. So, if you could share us out, people, that would be much appreciated. Sharing is caring, and we'll care. We'll care here. We care about you. Yeah, a little. I don't know about that guy down there though. Yeah, we care about you too. That's all right. So if you could just share us out, notify, send it out to your peeps, and I'll start with a donate. I'll start with a group reading. We both will start with a group reading for everyone to just see what energies are about. So I hope you've had a great day. Who have we got in the audience? No idea. Hi, how are you going? That's bizarre. Steffi, Priscilla, how you going? Amanda, how is everyone today? If you could share us out, people. G'day, Nanny. We'll get to it. And people, if you would like a guaranteed extended reading, please donate to the PayPal link. It's in the show notes. I'll pin it in a sec. And I'll just finish sharing myself out. So how was your day, Lucia?
My day was really, really good. I ended up doing a beautiful long meditation and a healing meditation. Actually, it was really pristine. It was just beautiful. Went in and dissolved a lot of that stuff, energy that had been hanging around, and gave a cleanse. And I just realised how special and how important it is to do that each day. And so I do obviously regular ones. But today I went the extra mile and took 3 hours out of my day and just submerged. It was like having a great big sunflower bath with lots and lots of healing and lots of love. So it was great.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
I have to book it in every day.
That sounds awesome.
If only I was sitting out each day would be awesome.
I was sitting out my back, sitting out having coffee out the back of my garden, and I was like, I should sit down and do some meditation right in the middle. And then I'm like, wait a sec, what planting day is it? And I worked out there. I'm like, quick planting, down to Bunnings. I ran out of get some organic snail pellets because the snails, they got to my zucchinis.
So what'd you plant today?
I plant maize, which is like a red corn, ancient strand, and I buttered up pumpkin.
Oh, nice.
And a couple of tomatoes. I had a couple of tomato seedlings that were in the greenhouse, and they were about that big. And I was like, yeah, okay, time to come out and play with the big boys. So I gave them a spot. and I've got one, I think it's Indian corn. I put a few seeds in, only one came up. But it's like corn on the cob, but it's all different colours, each corn.
Oh.
And it's, yeah.
Sounds delicious. We have to get into date.
Yeah.
Well,
they reckon it's a bit firmer, not like the yellow corn, but I want to use it to grind up to make flour.
Oh, what a great idea!
Yeah, for using the cooking. So I've got like not GMO free and organic. So because you know what it's like when you go to buy the organic stuff in the supermarket, you just look at the price and you go, dear God, man, like what do they grow this in gold water or something? It's just like ridiculous. So I better get some cards since it's a reading show. I hope you lovely people have shared this out. What am I feeling today? I'll try these cards. And faithfuls. So, people, group reading for everyone. I'll pull 4 cards for everyone, and then Lucia will, and we'll see what's happening. The first card I've got for everyone is the Air Guardian. Shift your perception, people. What's important? What's important in our lives? Because what's the priority? Because it just seems at the moment people aren't prioritizing their self at the moment. Okay, because I've got the Air Guardian, and beneath the Air Guardian, I've got the Winter card. Take care of your needs. People, are you eating right? Are you getting enough sleep? Are you putting effort into that, or are you running around? Because it just, you know what it's like in today's society. We're just busy. We're doing this, we're doing that. We've got 100 things to do. Now, doing all the things doesn't never stop. Okay, because a lot of people go, oh, well, I haven't got time. I'd like to, meditate more. I'd like to take more time to do stuff for myself, but I'm just so busy. People, we need to make time. Okay, you can be the busiest. There's plenty of busy people that get this stuff done. I've listened to a lady that had 6 kids and was a single mother, and she still meditated for an hour a day. She found a way. It took a bit of an organization on her school, but we can't keep avoiding. So when I just feel like people are looking around and go, well, I've got to do this and got to do that. And we're looking at things the wrong way. Okay. There's always something we can do to free up time. Especially if you're like me. I'm the king of deliberation all the time. But at the moment, people, it's time to free up some time. Okay, because I got like the High Priestess, harness the mystic power. The High Priestess, knows the go. She knows what she's doing. She's chilled. She understands the mystery. She knows how things work, and she's inverted at the moment. So this is talking about like energy that people, we need to start utilizing that inner energy, that inner power, and we need to shift it. And this starts by shifting our perception, freeing up some time, and doing the self work. Because without the self work, you only get so far. Okay, and what are you here for, people? Are you here to bake a quiche, or are you here to change things up, to shift things up, to grow? Because at the moment, I've got the Hunter card coming out. Track down your fears and desires. Everyone wants the great life, and they want the happy life, and they're like, but the problem is we tend to go about it. The world goes about it the other way. They need circumstances to line up to bring them the joy and bring them the happy. And so we spend our whole lifetime thinking, oh, okay, well, I'll chase money and then I can buy everything I want, and then I won't have to work, and then I'll be happy. But that's not what happens, people. I got the Hunter card. Track down your fears and desires. Your desires is what is your soul spark? What makes you come alive? What do you want? You want that joy? You want that joy to come into your life? Find what your desires are. Find out what's in your heart, what you needs fulfilling, and track down your fears. Track down everything look at everything that's stopping you from reaching those. Track it down, and nip it in the butt, people, because it's up to us. If we want to have that life, we want to have that energy, we want to have that joyfulness. Okay, stop waiting for circumstances to make you joyful, and create and be the creator of your reality. Okay, and the last card I got is inverted. Move beyond your ancestral patterns, people. When we're in okay, we just get stuck in the same old patterns, doing the same thing, and we expect if we're doing the same thing, we get the same results. So, people, it's time to look at change up those patterns, because when people say we've got no time to do, I can guarantee that there's plenty of areas that we're wasting time, or we're stuffing around in, that we could streamline to make more time for us, for that self-care, for that self-love. Okay. And that's the group reading I got for everyone. Lucia, what have you got for everyone?
Well, I want to say that, on the back of what I was doing today, that just felt like it was a really beautiful message there, Brooke, because, if we don't take the time out to shine our own light, how are we going to support anybody else? So it is about spending that time to really cultivate, and no garden is grown without any effort. So it is about the effort that we put in, and what effort are you doing each and every moment to amplify that, to bring that space to support others. This week it does show us that we are looking at patience, looking at how we are going to interact with other people. Are we looking at other people with the old thoughts of I don't have time, all that type of understanding? Or are we looking at this moment that's going to be in a connection? Are we going to really embrace our brother and sister in a way that opens up our heart and allows whatever their gift that's come to give to us, and receive it, and then also inspire ourselves to partake and share out the same value back? And if it's not the same, something more, always amplify your energy and elevate your giving, because when we give from a true prosperity of heart, we receive it tenfold. And it's not necessary that one person will do it, but the collective of our brothers and sisters will change, and then we get that reaped back to us. But we never do it because we're going to get something back. We do it because there's a humbleness in our heart and a connection, and wanting to embrace our divinity and share that to humanity. And who else can do it but those that are awake, those that are here, already understand their own wisdom. So it's about extending more of it. How can you tie up loose ends within yourself? If you've got a part of yourself that you haven't healed or haven't looked at for a while, take the blinders off, have a peek in and see what is going to come back for you, because you never know that space of opening in your heart, that how much it's going to amplify that joy and return back to you tenfold. And it is about not reaching for things that are not for you. This is about not spending your valued time or your valued resources on things that are not going to bring any return back. This is about you seeing, is that situation really going to be enhanced by my connection? Can I amplify something in that situation? If it can't, if it's not for that, walk away from it with a humble heart and know that you've left a seed of love there, and wherever that love is, it will grow and expand itself further on. It is a really good week to be connection with your family. This could be your soul family, this could be your intimate family, but this is making relationships in a more humble way. This is about following your calling, your true calling. That's what I got for the collective, Brooke.
Awesome. So take what resonates, people, and what doesn't resonate, just leave it on the counter. I'm sure it'll resonate when you're hungry later. You need some spiritual food. So the first reading, donated pay it forward reading we've got to do, I'm going to let fate decide tonight. Well, I'll let fate decide every night, because everyone's like, me, I need a reading. That's it. My life's falling apart, I need a reading. No, life's not falling apart. Come on, people. So we will start with the readers will know this. The Number of Destiny, donated by Healing with Staffy.
Oh, thank you.
So, people, if you would like an extended reading courtesy of Healing with Staffy, pick a number between 60 and 80. And Destiny will decide who gets the reading. So, I don't even know what the number is. Just as well Cindy does. Good on you, Cindy. Oh, there we go. Now I know what it is. It's number, okay, people, I've got a mental image of the number. So get your third eye happening. See if you can see it. Hey, Edith. Hey, Ashley. Hey, Judy. Oh, Ashley, have another go, people. Have another go. So close, yet so far away.
I love the number game.
Oh, it's fun. It's fun. And it's too hard to choose sometimes. Because I usually pick the new person. I haven't seen you before. Let's have a squeeze. And then, see, look, Amanda's a regular. So, okay, Amanda, who would you like to read for you?
Amanda won, did she?
Yep, Amanda Whitehorn.
Awesome.
Ah, she's picked you.
Hi, Amanda. Thank you. Thanks, everyone, for participating in the number game. So, Amanda, let us have a look at what's going on in your field. So the first thing that Spirit's making me aware, Amanda, is that you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed with responsibilities. Things have been complex around the mind. There could be a feeling of you would like things to change, but they haven't changed fast enough. But Spirit's making me aware is there's a high probability of, as you look at the perception, the situation, and look at it from a different viewpoint, you're going to realize that you've put in a lot of work and it's actually coming and to pay off now. So even though the results haven't yet come, they are coming through in a way of releasing that feeling of being contained, if you will. There is a feeling of finances returning or increasing in a situation that you've been wanting to put some money in a nest egg. So that feels it has the high probability of amplifying itself. Now, when it comes to the situation about money, it's about looking at it from a point of reference of value. Do you value yourself in a pristine way? Do you look at yourself? Do you talk to yourself? Do you look at your history in a way that has the clarity of kindness, love, and compassion? If there is a mind that's going into the old stories, there's the golden opportunity for healing, beloved. So you can give yourself an opportunity to say, okay, I'm not going to go down that line. You know how when you get that thought and it just travels, and all of a sudden you've got the scene of 1999 and it's just going back there. Just understand that is in your power. You can trip that mind and you can then come back in and biohack it and then ask yourself with hand on heart and come back to Amanda and, stating yourself back home, I am Amanda, and then saying your age 3 times minimum, just to bring in that breath and bring back yourself into this now present moment. Because it feels here at times that you do travel to the past, and in that traveling of the past you can enmesh yourself like beautiful clouds and bring up a storm. So let me know how this is going too, Amanda, if this is making some sense for you, because I would like I still go into old stories, but I catch myself now. Beautiful. And that's where Spirit wants to amplify that understanding of hand on heart. When we put our hand on heart, we are claiming within ourselves, I am. And when you say that out loud, I am, and then you say your name, I am your age, you're bringing yourself back home to your true self. Otherwise, what happens is your littles, the unresolved issues, are then running their circuit and they're going into a spiral, and you can find yourself into a little bit of complexity. And Spirit's just giving you a caution there not to entertain that. Give yourself an opportunity to rise back and come back to this now present moment, because you've got a lot of skills there, Amanda, but Spirit's saying you've got to make sure that you're utilizing and using them each and every day. And if there is some study around you that you want to bring through, if you want to give yourself an opportunity to look at doing some internal work as well as amplifying some study. I feel here that you want to be doing something different, and how Spirit showed me is that you want to do something different, but there's a feeling of not quite sure if you've got all the right skills. So give yourself an opportunity to educate yourself, even if it is just listening to iPods or listening to audio or reading. Doing something very different, and then making sure each and every day that you're purging what is not working for you. That detoxification is being asked for you to have a look at. What Spirit's making me aware is, please don't betray yourself by the old stories. They can keep on going back there. So I want to go to the age of 2, and there seems to be a snag, if you will. That snag, that something, didn't go well when you were about that age. Now, it could be, a little bit younger, could be a little bit older, but Spirit's making me aware of it too. That area there is ripe for healing. They also make me aware of bones and bringing calcification, what's the mineral there? The calcium, to bring back into the body to rebuild the bone structure. This is all about your structure. I do also got the left hand side. It feels a little bit weaker, and I've got loved ones coming through as well. And I don't know if you want me to go down that road, but I feel here that there's somebody coming through from the other side that was like a teacher for you, that wants to help and amplify you. So that could be a guide, or that could be somebody that's crossed over. So I won't go into that too much, because I don't know if this is a platform that I should be doing it, but I don't want to let spirit down, because I don't want to let you down, okay, darling? So I just feel here that this is a teaching moment coming through and opening up your heart and amplifying that part of you. And I do feel here also that spirit's making me aware is that you've been watching other people, how they can drag you through. So this is about listening to what they're saying and putting that beautiful shield of love in front of you, so you're not actually hooking into their story. You're maintaining your own well-being and your own presence. It's going back to that presence. So I hope that makes some sense there, Amanda. I'm not sure if I should go any further. What do you reckon, Brooke? Are we here? We're done? Where are we?
It's up to you. It's up to you. If you've got anything else for her.
So, Amanda, let me know if that makes any sense to you, sweetheart. If it does, if you want me to go a little bit further, I can. I just want to amplify that message from Spirit about be creative, think about things outside of the box, use those skills that you haven't yet tapped into, because there's a wealth of information there. You know, you've done a lot of good reading behind the scenes, but not a lot of people know what you do, Amanda. And so Spirit's saying you've got to step forward and share more of who you truly are, because there's such a beautiful heart there that just needs to recognize it, just to acknowledge who you truly are. And that's what I got for you, Amanda. And I wish you all my blessings too, darling. And thanks for choosing me to give you a read tonight. So that's what I got, Brooke.
Thank you. Awesome. And that was a courtesy of Healing with Steffi. I'll just check. We've got some donated readings to do for Sid. We got one. We get to pick a person each for Cindy Paganelli has donated for a couple of pay forward readings. So thank you, Cindy.
Thanks.
So, Ben, Cindy Paganelli, and the boots. Oh, why? They're good boots, Steffi. They're good boots. Who am I going to pick? Who we got? Priscilla Gibson. She was the first person here today. Are you there, Priscilla? Still here? Still want a reading? Who do we have rock up first? We had Priscilla, then we had Geraldine, then Mila, and Julie, Holly, Ashley, Deb, and Whitney. So who have we still got here? Okay. I'm going to get Whitney. Okay, Whitney, how are you today? Yeah, watch out, Steffi. Cindy's got a fan club. They'll jump on you.
I love it.
Okay, what have we got? Messages for Whitney. I've got so many cards, too many cards coming up. At the moment for you, Whitney, it's all about recognizing patterns. Patterns. I've got move beyond ancestral patterns. This is inverted. This is talking about patterns of thought, patterns of the mind, just daily habits. What happens is as we grow up and due to our experiences, so we get caught in routines, behaviors, and some of these things, like how we got families and they. I'm not saying this is you, but like a family has everyone is brought up with that behavior, drinking alcohol. So there's a lot of alcoholics in the family. There's patterns that form and we grow up with. But at the moment, there's patterns that there's patterns in your life that I'm pretty sure you're aware of. And this is a real time to be really, really brutally honest with oneself. Yep. That card just came up. The brutally honest card just came up. And ask yourself, okay, what can I do? Because what happens is when we go into these routines, these patterns, they become our behaviors. And when we don't have a look at them and we don't go, oh, wait a sec, I need to do something about that. What happens is we keep falling back into the same subconsciously. We keep making the same choices, the same decisions, and we keep falling back into these patterns. But the first card I've got for you, the main card I've got for you is the Lord card, take charge with authority. And this is mirroring the Order card, move beyond ancestral patterns. So there's things that you want to change in your life, and it's the universe is saying, hey, look, it's time to step up. It's time to do something about it. And you'll probably say, well, I am taking steps, and that's all good. But at the moment, what you've been doing hasn't been working to the best of your ability. Okay. Okay, because I've got the Traveler card here. The Traveler card saying, move in a new direction. And this is saying that it's time to shake things up. It's time to really get a plan into place and go, what can I do? What can I do to change these patterns? Because what happens is subconsciously we become a slave to these patterns. Okay, and we wonder, and when we've got these patterns that continually come up in our life, when we don't do anything to change them, they start overtaking our life. And what happens is we get further on into our life and we're not in control. These patterns start to dominate our life. These habits start to dominate our life. So the only way to stop them is come up with a plan of attack sometimes, okay? Regardless of what it is. Because at the moment, your soul's screaming out. Your soul is screaming out, going, hey, look, we've got to shake things up. We've got to get really... Your soul's screaming out for change. You're screaming out for change. You're in a dialogue. Your intuition, it'll be screaming out. That little voice that you go, oh, maybe I shouldn't do this. I should do it a different way. Or, you're always talking to yourself. There's always that inner voice, that inner compass dialogue, inner self talking to you to say, hey, I'm trying to get your attention. It's time to start looking at it, because at the moment, it feels like it's going too external, looking around for so many things in life. And what happens is, one reason we get trapped in bad habits and bad routines is because there's a spark inside of all of us, something inside our heart, a desire, a passion, something that we feel that we should, that ignites the light inside of us. And at the moment, you're being called to find that passion. I got the Fire Guardian card as your main action card, saying, Fire Guardian, ignite your passion. What stirs you? What does your heart desire? What do you really want out of life? Because so many people go looking for stuff and things and think money and a flash house and nice stuff is going to make them happy, when all they need to do is find out what their passion is and follow it. Okay, and then you can have a joyous life, and you can be one of those happy people. Too many people wait for circumstances to line up to make them happy, and anyone can be happy when it's happy circumstances, but being happy when it's not happy circumstances, the person that is got their passion ignited won't care when it's not good circumstances. They'll still have that light inside of them, and they'll still be firing up, because at the moment, underneath the ignite your passion, I've got the Knight, be brave and honest. And this is hard. This is the hard card. This is the card where we've got to be brutally honest with oneself. Okay. And so if you find yourself saying, making up excuses for yourself, that's that's the subconscious, the ego running the show, going, "Hey, don't worry about it." And it's not about the blame game. It's just about recognizing and being honest with oneself and making the choices to move forward to do something about that patterns. But you're being called to look at your patterns right now, because there's certain energies that you're putting out. And what happens is when we do things the same ways, we put the same energies out, and then we get the same results. Okay, because we're all manifestors of our reality. So at the moment, it's there's changes that need to be made. Okay, and the universe is saying, look, it's up to you. It's about you it's for you to step up and for you to take charge. Okay, but that's okay, Whitney, because we've all got to do it. This is what we all do all of the time, and the people that avoid doing it, they're still doing what they were doing before, and we don't move forward. And then we get 20 years down the track and go, how did I get here? Oh, wait a sec, I'm in the same place I was 20 years ago because I made the same choices. Okay, I hope that has helped you, and that's all from me, Whitney. Thank you. Lucia, have you got anyone that you've picked to do a reading for?
Sorry, who have I got to choose from?
Anyone you like.
Okay.
Anyone you like, because Cindy's donated for us to pay it forward reading each.
If Miller's still here, I'll go to Miller.
Yep.
She may not be here. Are you still here? Beautiful. Let us know if you're still here, Miller. I can't see her in the chat.
Yeah, she might be at work.
Okay.
If you're at work, what are you checking on your phone for, Mila? Shouldn't you be looking after someone at work?
She may do. I'm not sure.
I'm just raising her up.
No, you choose, Brooke.
Okay. Let's Destiny decide. We can let Destiny decide if we want to.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, people. Pick a number in the private chat for you guys. Pick a number between 35 and 50 to get the last. To let fate decide the last. The next reading for courtesy of Cindy Punginelli. In trouble now. I'm not in trouble.
Thing about these Italian names, isn't it?
I know. I mean, my brother's half Italian. He had an Italian mother, but at least his last name's the same, so it's not too hard. There he is. Christian. Hey, Michelle. Okay, people, I'm focusing on the number now. I'm putting it out there. See if you can guess it. And if you get the number, people, and you can always gift the reading to someone else who's watching. That's always nice to do. If you've had 3 readings this week. You know, none of you people have 3 readings a week, would you? Not a reading show. Whitney, you've had a reading. You want another one?
It's all about fate, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, you would give... come on. Go on. Whitney. What is this? Come on. You're just messing with me.
Close, guys, close, but not quite close enough.
That's it. So close, yet so far away.
I like to spam. I like to spam the numbers.
Oh, I know. Some people just, next one. And they spam, and they still don't get it. And it's just for what?
Oh, bless her.
So no one wants a reading. Well, this is going to be a good reading show.
Got it.
Okay, Whitney. Who are you going to pick then? Who are you going to pick? Who are you going to pick? Who are you going to suck up to? Go, Whitney. You're going to pick someone.
Anyone that would like one.
That doesn't work. What do you just? What did you? Yeah, yeah. Nanny. Okay. Nanny, who would you like to read? Oh, wait a sec. This is your read, isn't it?
Oh, it doesn't matter. It's if you want to do
that's
it.
Right.
Brooke,
No, it's
go.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'll let you.
Okay. So, Nanny, we've got you. You won. And thank you, the donated beautiful soul that paid it forward. So I hope that's okay, sweetie, that I'm going to go to you. Darling, what I've got is that we're looking at a feeling of complexity inside. There's a sense of tension, feeling wanting to break free and getting through the next phase of your desires. It just feels like there's been some really tightness around a situation, or some people that have been looking at you in a competitive way. And so Spirit's making us aware that here is, finding the balance and the patience for those people that are not understanding your growth and not understanding your quietness, if you will. That doesn't mean that you're got anything behind that. It's just your personality of being more reserved in that way. So it just feels like not listening to other people, just going on the rising up and going into the space of really treasuring who you are and treasuring the uniqueness of who you are, because that makes that connection for the right people to come along. It feels here that you've been contemplating quite a deep part of your world, that you've been wanting to change things up, and there is a high probability of coming through with greater balance and making things move. I feel here there's a move here as well. I don't know whether you want to move, whether it's jobs or whether it is a location, but I feel here that you want to have this relocation. I keep on going to a relocation. You've got some choices that are around you and they yet haven't presented fully to you. So this is the time of looking at that space of what's your option, how would you do that. How would you take that opportunity? What would happen if you took number A, and what would happen if you took number B? And then really assessing what is making some sense for you. Let us know if that's making any sense for you, darling. And just to let us know that that's where you are. I feel here we've got L on top of finances. So Spirit's making me aware here that even though it is not pouring in, and maybe some bills are coming in and it's been complex for you, believe and have the courage, because things are going to uplift themselves and change. There is some mending here around a friend, somebody in the background. It just feels here sticky energy. When sometimes we've got somebody that's really close to us that doesn't really understand us and just projects their BS on us, bless them, because they come here to give us a gift, and you don't have to take that on. All you have to do is assess whether that is an ounce of truth in there. If there's an ounce of disruption in you, what can you do to heal and clear and open up in your heart? Never hold a grudge against anybody, because everybody is there for a gift for you. There is a little bit of support. I feel here it feels here your third eye. I just got a very deep pressure around the third eye. So I feel here you're starting to open up, starting to see more clairvoyantly, starting to be able to predict, if you will, that intuitive self coming through, deja vu's coming through, and seeing what is the next step. You are getting that message. Maybe there is time to write those dreams down so you can actually contemplate and see how they're actually working themselves through. It just feels here that there is something really, there's something really beautiful about your gifts, your internal gifts, and how you work with spirit. And I feel you've actually been doing this for a while. So even when you're a small person, you were very intuitive of that. And maybe other people didn't recognize your gifts, but it's now time to open that up fully and really bring this out. I feel that you could be a reader or be in the healing arts of it as well. We also got the elephant that's coming through, and elephants make me aware of wanting to go to places where you've been before, or do some type of traveling to open up. It could be where you've been in a continual part of life. So maybe not in this life, maybe a past life, if you will, where you've existed. And there just seems to be a very deep connection of traveling for some reason. Maybe internally traveling, astro traveling could be part of that as well. And I feel that you're really opening up some beautiful doors for yourself, and you're finding that the laughter is coming back, where you've been placing a lot of energy to uplift that. When we've had complexities around us, we don't laugh a lot. So it feels here you're brightening up your energy. You're getting to a space where you will be really, really harmonizing with your heart and bringing more joy into your world, sweetheart. And that's what I've got for you, darling. I hope that makes some sense, and let us know. Let us know how that goes.
Thank you. And that reading was donated by the one and only lady with the kick-ass boots. Thank you, Cindy. And now we have a pay it forward blowfish reading to do. Who wants a blowfish reading? Anyone? It's an extended reading paid for by it's a pufferfish, apparently.
I love that.
Blowfish, pufferfish, it's all good. So, Amanda, did you want to pick someone? Who are you going to pick? What's James Bond got to do with anything, Stathy? Did I miss something? Amanda, you there? Hey, Lois. Okay. Let's see who was here. Have we got Geraldine? Have we got Ashley? Or Deb Gilmore here? You'd love a reading, Louise. I don't know.
Who we got, Brooke?
We can pick anyone.
Okay.
Okay, I'm going to go. Wait a sec. Let's see.
I feel drawn to Crystal.
Yeah, same here. Go for Crystal. Yeah, I was thinking Crystal too.
Yeah, I felt really, really drawn when I saw her name. What do you got for Crystal, Brooke?
Okay, Crystal. Crystal, could you just do us a favor? Can you just breathe in, take a big breath, breathe it up into the nose. Hold a big breath, hold it for a couple of seconds and blow out. As you blow out, just visualize everything going into your feet, the energy going into your feet. Just do that a couple of times, okay? Just center yourself. What's the look, Crystal? Like, I feel like there's some negativity. There's definitely something's happening around you. There's some negativity around you, but there's so much stuff that you're holding on to inside your head, thinking about it, reliving, feeding it energy. Okay, so many thoughts that you're entertaining at the moment. Okay, and this is taking its toll. This is taking its effect on you. Okay, there's so much stuff that you're holding on to into your mind that you're just feeding and feeding and feeding just these thoughts. This whatever's stressing you out, it seems to be going on a loop at the moment. Worry, 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 worry. And the problem with this is when we over worry and we keep thinking about the same stuff, is we start to manifest it. Okay, we project it. We start to manifest. So the very thing that's stressing us out, and the very thing that we don't want to happen, is we inadvertently we do what we do in all our power. What we do is we try to create it. Okay, because the moment there's too much thinking of stuff that just no longer serves you. I've got the Earth Guardian. Stay rooted and grounded. This is inverted. This is saying that you're overthinking. This is saying that you're in your head. Okay, and underneath that, I've got the Autumn card. Release the old and rest. This is talking about stuff that you're holding on to. It's time to let go, because everything happens for a reason. And when we go through life and things happen, what we can do is we can get ticked off, and we can go, well, that sucks and they suck, and this hurt and that hurt, and we can just go. We can go, regardless of what happens. We got two choices. We can go into victim mode, or we can go. We can feel sorry for ourselves, okay, which happens because shitty stuff happens sometimes, okay. Or we can look at it, the situation, and go, is there something I can learn from it? Is this something I can grow from it? Is it something I can learn that teaches me about myself, so I can grow and not go through that again? Because what happens is when we don't change, we put out that same energy, and then eventually we attract that same thing. It's like if we're in a relationship and say the other person just screws us over, we can go, well, oh, they did this and they did that, and blame. Or we can go, wait a sec, I had plenty of opportunities that I ignored, the warning signs here and that in the beginning of the relationship, and people told me, and I ignored it because I just wanted to be with them. And then woes me when it blows up in our face, because their intuition is always talking to you. But there's stuff here. There's something to learn in this situation. And if we just this is when we've got to look at these hard situations and go, okay, what can I do to stop these things from happening again? Okay, because what is done is done. We can't go back in time. We can't change what has happened. And it's not about change. It's not about that. It's about, okay, what can we take from this and grow within? What we can take from this situation and learn, so I don't have to repeat the same thing over and over again. Because if we don't look for the lesson, if we don't look for what we did, because all we can control is what we brought to the table, and something you brought to the table led you down this path. So I've got the great teacher here, learn from spiritual experiences. So this is talking about, okay, And when we can learn something, it does make it a little bit better. It makes it a lot better because we've grown and we're like, okay, I've empowered myself. I've gained a tool so I don't have to go through this again. So this is really important. And what have I got for your action card is the Mirror Guardian. This is inverted. This is talking about internal. So what are you putting into your mind? What are you feeding your mind? And what energy are you putting out there? Okay? Because what we put energy to, where energy goes, energy grows. Okay, so if you've ever done garden, if you put heaps of effort and work into the garden, it grows really good. It gets bigger because you're feeding it. Okay, what are you feeding at the moment? Really take a look at what you're feeling. What's that? Well, this is what we do. See, the Mirror Guardian is your action card. And the Mirror Guard is what energy we're putting out there. Now, when things are hard, that's when we need to be our strongest. Okay? Because if we fall apart and everything's chaos, okay, we get down and we just draw more of it in. There comes a time we're going to go, wait a sec, I've got to set myself out of it. I've got to think more positive, and I've got to think, I've got to be strong. Okay, I've got to be stronger. So this will be the battle of the mind for you. Okay, it's not about everything's going to go away and fix it all better. We've only got what's in front of us. Okay, and the tools for you at the moment is what energy you're putting out. So this is when we do the positive thinking. This is when we find ourselves getting negative and worrying and overwhelmed. Okay, I've got to shift my focus onto something else. Okay, this is how we do it. I don't want to go to the details of what I've been through, but I've been through some stuff that I was depressed and I was gutted and I was that way until 2 weeks later. I made that choice to go, I said, I've got to shift my way of thinking. I've got to catch myself when the negativity starts coming in and starts building, and I've got to not entertain it. I've got to not feed it. I've got to think of something else, and I've got to start thinking positive. Okay, and that was the only way I dug myself out of the hole. It's not easy, okay, but that's what we do. We've got to bring that, yeah. Okay, we just got to you say, yeah, look, trying to bring the inner strength, yeah, absolutely, but all we can do is it's not about if we can or we can't, is we just have to keep making that choice. We keep catching ourselves and go, okay, look, change. Doesn't matter if we're struggling or if we're failing a bit. Failure is only an undesired outcome. It's just we just got to go just the next choice. Okay, let's choose to try and shift that, and that's what we can do. And we get better at it. And we get stronger at it. And it becomes easier. We still have those bad times, but it's not about blame, or it's just we have to shift that load, and it's hard. It's not easy, but it's when you're going through those hard times, it's the most powerful advice. It's the most powerful thing you can do. Okay, because life happens. Sorry to hear about your mother and your daughter. That's not good. Okay, but I've got the Seers card. See beyond your current situation. This is just reaffirming what I say, that when we just focus on the whole situation, and it's like, well, that's really bad, and it's doing my head in. Okay, so you're busy, you're running around, you've got people to look after, you're grieving. Okay, just take some pressure off yourself and just do what you can do. Okay, and just know that this is just part of life. These are the cycles of life. We have our ups and we have our downs. It's about you holding your chin up at the moment and just focusing on where you're feeding your energy at the moment. Okay, because these things happen. There'll be a time when you're going to laugh about your daughter having that. Now's not one of those times, but you'll be raising her up at her 18th or further down the track, going, yeah, weren't you the goose? And she'll be like, yeah, that hurt. But this is part of the life. Okay. but we've got to keep that chin up and keep that positive, that positive step forward. Okay, because this is going to teach you something. I've got the great teacher here. Learn from experiences. Okay, and we can't change what has happened. We can't go back in a time machine and change what's happened. Technically, but at the moment, it feels like, look, drawing in that in strength and drawing in that power, and understanding this and getting out of that head and actually focusing on what you can do, and you can trying your hardest, doing what you can to make those choices to shift when you get into those really negative spots. This is going to teach you something about yourself. Okay, this is going to teach you a lot about yourself. And as you start to do this, the people around you, your daughter, other people in your family, they'll start to look and they go, wow, you really handled this well. And this is how we grow. This is how we teach stuff. And this is because I've got transformation coming. So there's an opportunity for you to, regardless of how bad this situation, there's an opportunity for you to learn and to build yourself and to learn something powerful about yourself and stand in that strength. But the choice is up to you. Okay, I hope that's helped.
There's some tough lessons they're going through. Life is always showing us the contrary, so we can expand and transmute what it is that we're holding on to. I felt with Crystal that she's, Crystal, darling, I feel that, it is time for your cleanup. And, when we spiritually become aligned, then those complexities are held in the sacredness, and we are able to find the internal strength that is here. So the situation that you're finding your family with your daughter, and I had quite a big headache there coming through when I was looking at your name, Crystal. So when you said about your daughter, that made a lot of sense to me, because I just couldn't understand where this was coming through. So there was a lot of fog around the situation, and the uncertainty of it has brought up a lot of internal fears for you. And so spirits make me aware around your kidney meridian to release that fear that's been jammed in that area, and to support yourself. So doing some acupuncture, doing some healing work would actually really support your lungs and your kidneys. And this is not to say that there's something wrong with those organs. It is to say that the energy is holding itself there in a pattern. And I feel here, this is your time for growing, like Brooke was saying. It is about you expanding and releasing why you attracted yourself to a certain situation. You were saying about the relationship there, and just want to touch on that slightly. You saw it, but you weren't able to change it. So now you're being given an opportunity to see how you can change that relationship. The relationship you have to yourself is where you are. And so Spirit says that you're in the halls of healing. When we got the Star card, it always suggests to us that we've got a choice to reset. So you are in a really beautiful opportunity, darling, to see your situation and just caretake you, so you can caretake your daughter, and then give yourself permission to go through that grief with your mum. I feel that the situation with your mum was very quick. There was a bit of a battle there that went on, and so that makes me aware that you're still going through those tender moments. So give yourself that time to release and heal, darling. But do reach out to those that can actually support you, sweetie, because you will find that understanding of vibration that you're holding now, it can change. Heart attack was what two watched her pass. I'm not sure. I'm sorry, but it was very quick. I just feels that she's around you, and she's showing me that. And I've got a P name for some reason. I don't know whether that is someone to do with you, something to do with your mum, first name, second name, last name. It could be something very different. I'm going to give that to you so you can look at it. And I also got the month of January here that wants to come through as well with your mum. So, and she's making me aware of gold. So I don't know if there was gold a piece of gold left behind from her, but she just gives me that understanding about gold to give to you. So I hope that helps that little bit. I didn't want to go over what Brooke had said because it was a beautiful reading for you. And I wish you all my very best and blessings to yourself, your daughter, and I really do trust that you take the time to heal, beloved.
Yep. Thank you, Lucia.
She said something about her urn is gold. Oh, beautiful. Bless her. Bless her. She's right here with you, darling. She's making me aware. I don't know where the P is, but I'll pass that on because it could be somebody you meet down the track. I think I see her spirit last week come from out of it into my lounge room. She's there with you for sure. She's there with you, darling. So, you know, if we acknowledge the other side, if we understand that there is just, you know, how do I describe? This is the way I describe it, Brooke. You know, we take off our clothes and we discard that clothing, but our spirit, our own essence, is always continuing. So it's a matter of perception of how you pick up and sense the vibration of your mum being there, just a memory. And when you have a memory, remember, spirit is the one that's imposing themselves through the ether, and they are making themselves known like a glove. So as you are thinking of them, they are the ones that are impressing themselves to you. So, you know, it's what comes first, the chicken or the egg? It's a melding of energies together, and that's why you're thinking of them, which, you know, on the human plane we grieve for it, and on the spirit plane we're celebrating. You know, I've gone back to my true essence. So it's just perception, darling. But she is very much there with you, and much love. I met a lady at hospital. Last name started with P, and I clicked with her. Well, that was probably what Mama was trying to say to you, sweetheart. There could be some gift that this beautiful lady imparted to you. It could be words that she said to you. You may make a deeper friendship with her. It could be just a fleeting moment, but that was something that she wanted to give to you. Okay, darling? And much love. Okay, I'll zip it up now.
That's okay.
Zip it up, Brooke.
About 2 hours, I can sit back. That's fine.
I am known to talk a little. Talk a little. Roberta will tell you that.
Okay. And that reading was donated by the one and only and just remember, people, if you would like a guaranteed extended reading, please donate in the PayPal link that's in the show notes, and Cindy will put it up because Cindy is just like on the ball and just absolutely just kicking butt. Hey, Tracy, how you going, gorgeous? How are you going? Thank you for the reading. The reading today, Tracy gave me a reading. It was a real reading. She sent the pages in the book, so I had to read it. It's like a reading.
A reading. Oh, nice.
I mean, you've probably got that. I mean, I've got sets of cards that I don't use for reading for other people because they're quite complex, but I'll like pull a card for myself now and then.
Yeah.
And that. But if you were doing readings, normal readings, like for the people in front of us, I'd be like, what does that mean? What does that card mean? Does it even mean anything?
When it's for yourself, Brooke, you mean?
Yeah, I got, this is one I was sent. Cindy sent me, oh, sorry, yeah. The shaman. Oh, come on. Yeah, the shaman wisdom cards.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, they're from the US. Except that the handbook is so tiny that I've got to like turn the light right up and get my reading glasses and go like
and just like that. Hello.
And squint.
Big writing, guys. Big writing.
Yeah. And I've got another one, a Metatron, something to do with Metatron, and thank God it came with like a full size book, big book, and it's like, oh, good. I got old man's eyes.
Same here. I've got old woman's eyes. I love it. What can you do?
So I'll just check for shared. What did you share, Louise? How many shares? Let's get this clear. You shared 4 kisses. Is that 4 shares? What is that? Who has not had a reading and would love a reading? We got a little bit of time off our hands. I'm going to do some mini readings. About 12. Oh, I was going to say you're the man, but you can't say that, can you?
No.
You're the girl. Okay, I'll get you. Okay. Ooh, I'm thinking boundaries, Louise. There's something, okay. Look, there's something you're backing down to, and it feels like there's been boundaries crossed somewhere. Boundaries crossed, but in the bigger picture of things, you really need to be standing your ground at the moment. Okay, you think, oh look, it doesn't matter, but sometimes when we sometimes we just can't be bothered, and we're just like, oh, we'll let it ride. It feels like there's something that you're letting ride. Okay, and this will. There's someone you need to stand up to, and you're backing down. Okay, in the big picture things, it's time to stand up. I've got the warrior. I've got be fearless and stand strong, and that's inverted. So I don't know what someone's doing, but you got to stand. You just got to stand up, just nip in the butt, because look, you know what's going on. Okay, you got it in here. You understand exactly what's going on, and this is how we grow. Sometimes we just got to stand up, and we got to say it. We got to put our our so-called big boy pants on and do it. And when we're a laid-back, loving person, sometimes that can be really hard. Okay, especially when we're a good-hearted person and we're always doing trying to do the right thing. When other people rub us up the wrong way, we're like, okay, we do that. It's their issue, not mine. And we do that, but there also becomes a time when we have to stand up and stand our ground, because you're not standing your ground at the moment, and it feels like that you really need to stand your ground. Okay, because you understand. But there needs to be more thought put in. Okay, I got make plans and focus, and this is inverted. So this is just talking about disorganization, being a bit disorganized. And sometimes the people are like that. If we don't get organized with certain things, they'll jump right in and they'll take control. It's some people do it for the wrong reasons, but there's plenty of people that just look. They'll do what needs to be done. They'll see a need that needs to be done. If someone else is not doing it, they'll just pick up. And some people overstep boundaries. It happens all the time, but at the moment, it's starting to look like someone has just stepped in and they're doing stuff for you. They're just taking over and taking control because they're worried about you're not making a choice. It's like you overthink. Well, where are we going with this? Let's see. So it's all about, okay, it's time to, it feels like you just need to make that. It's a good idea for you. You want to make that choice, okay? Because at the moment you're just, I'm letting it go. I'm not worried about it. You really need to step up and make a choice, okay? This really, you're at this stage where this is part of the plan. This is part of learning. This is part of the growth, and you need to stand up for yourself in this situation, okay? Because this is going to show you something about yourself, okay? But there's going to be a little bit of heat. It's going to come with a little bit of heat. There's going to be some frustration. There's going to be some heat. There's going to be some afterburn. They probably might take it the wrong way or and go on, but that's okay. This is part of life. This is the way. We can't control how other people react. Okay, but it doesn't mean we don't keep avoiding stuff just to stop and keep other people happy, or just we can't always just. Sometimes we just got to go. Argh! Okay, as long as we're coming from that heart space and we're not in judgment, it's fine. It's fine. Because unresolved, this will start to shut you down in areas. Louise, it will start to shut you down in areas. Okay, and you need to be nourishing your soul at the moment. You need to do this for you. You need to do this to regain some power and some confidence and in yourself. Okay, it's so-called just what the doctors ordered. I hope that's helped you. Okay, have you found anyone that you'd like to read for?
Okay. What about Jose Silvers?
Jose? I need to go to the toilet.
Okay.
So you can take your time.
Thank you. So Jose, I've got you, darling. I hope that's okay. I was very drawn to your name, so your energy field. So I feel here that you're going through a really interesting curiosity about yourself and discovering more about yourself and what's working for you and what's not working for you. And you're giving yourself permission to assess and to look at areas in your life that have been coming up as heavy. You've been asking yourself to release that heavy load. It could be a feeling of work that's been around you. Jose, let me know how this is going through the reading. We can have a conversation here. Brooke's giving me the floor show, so why not? It just feels here that the Spirit's making me aware that you've been carrying this load for such a long time that you're been finding yourself drawn to wanting to put this load down, but because you are a person that likes to take on things and likes to be able to do things quite a bit, you pile on more and more. And it feels here, Spirit's making me aware, you've got to even this out. You've got to ask yourself what is important for that day and what is not important, to let it go, not to pile on so much for yourself, because then that gives you that feeling of it's unfair, or why aren't they pulling their load type of thing. And if you're going to go in there and jump in, they're going to let you. So it's about you finding self-reflection, going in, like Brooke was saying about the boundaries, and reassessing, readjusting what it is that you're going to be putting your energy in, and reserving some energy for that pleasure time, for that joyful time, because there's a part of you that is wishing to expand from where you've been. You've been really wanting to have some fun and start a new way of business, new enterprise, a new connection with other people. And that can only happen when you untie yourself from the complexities of the past. So you're really in the space of bringing in a lot of healing that's coming through, and you're looking at how can you be more in the flow of your life instead of this, stop start. It feels here that you've been stopping and starting here for a while. We are doing some healing around a family member. It feels here that there could be some areas there that they're not seeing the full value of who you are, and Spirit's making you aware that there's a bit of mending in a situation, and it's not looking at the person that they've done A, B, and C, D wrong, or they've said things that are not congruent to your holiness, but it's about you looking at what can you give back in a way of having assertiveness. How can you say back to them, this is not really the way I'd like to be treated in this particular way. So you're actually standing for your truth, but without it becoming aggressive in any way, because you're not aggressive, but that anger can build up on you, beloved. And so Spirit's saying if you can have a conversation. Now, first conversation is to yourself. Secondly is to write it down. And then thirdly, if it is appropriate, after you've done some healing on yourself, is it appropriate to actually speak to that person involved? So this may not be immediate family, it could be a distant family, but it just seems like there's something in the family that needs to be mended in that situation. I also want to give you the master number 11. So Spirit's making me aware that you've got a high capacity, beloved, to reach in and find the gems of things, because you carry that mastership within you. It's just needing to access that more and more and more, and develop it more for yourself, and uncover the BS, if you will, and to really allow your gem of your heart to come through, because that's what you came here to master. You didn't come here to be involved in everybody else's stuff. You came here to really cultivate your own growth and expand. And because you do have that mastership within you, you haven't had the time, if you will. So that's where Spirit's going back to that former story that we were saying about bringing in some solitude and bringing in that time for yourself, so you can have more development of yourself to come through, because you're just taking layers of the outside situation. I feel here, when I look at your answer, you said yes, family problems with your father. I feel he has got that control, if you will, and he burdens you, and that could be like the imposed situation, and nobody can do that to us if we have very strong authority within ourselves, the certainty that we're in our own presence. So if he is still playing those parts for you, you've got to give yourself permission to come back and say, what is he reflecting back to me that I need to amplify within myself? You're never going to get approval by the people that are closest to you, because it is your inside job, beloved, to do it for yourself. So we grow up and we want approval. We sort of expect it as children, from our loved ones, from our family, to assess and to treat us with generosity. But sometimes they're not meant to do that. Sometimes the plan of our soul is to have the complete opposite, the rejection, if you will, so we can see how we can do it for ourselves. So you never learn anything unless you are put that through that transmutation. So if you've come here with a soul plan to do that, that means that you've got that tool within you to access it. And that's where Spirit's saying, if you give yourself that time to come back within and find the boundaries and have the conversation or back to yourself with a certainty of self, with a capital S, not the small s, certainty of self, self-certainty, self-respect, self-esteem, self-honor. When we come back from that point of view, then you can come through with, it doesn't matter what your father's going to show you, because you've mastered it within yourself. You don't then need that teacher. And you'll still always be very respectful for the situation, because you hold that energy field around you, beloved. So you're always going to come from that space, but it's about you not taking it on and then transmuting it and making it into an angry aspect within yourself, because that's not really your nature, darling. Your nature is a very soft, gentle soul. So it's about maybe possibly looking within, writing down what you would like to say in a situation, and then as you're doing that healing and that process, then you can, if you feel still desire that you need to have this conversation, then you bring that up, but not before you haven't done. You do your work first, and then you approach the situation, because 9 times out of 10, when you do your own inner work, you don't actually have to say something to another person. that other person is being utilized from your soul plan for you to learn it for yourself. So, darling, what we would say to you is to really master this situation, find your inner strength, find the value of who you are, and find that repair, start mending within yourself the parts that are hurt. So this is about doing some internal healing. Start believing that you can unload all that heaviness around you and start unlocking those areas that are very sacred within you, that are really wanting to bring themselves out. I also want to give you the number 3. I want to give you the number 3. It's very important about this 3. So this could be the month of March as well. So it's something's going to come through. Are you looking at a property settlement, or is there something that needs to be settled by I've got papers that need to be signed. So there's something about a settlement of some sort that will come through, and I don't know why I keep on getting drawn to that 3rd. It could be that March situation, but I'm going to leave that with you, darling, and I really do hope that you find the strength of your own authority and to be able to spring forward with that certainty of sovereignty. You're here to make a difference for you and no one else. When you make a difference for you, beloved, everyone else around you, that ripple effect will happen, and then wherever that energy is meant to lay for them to learn, it will be imparted without you even having to do a thing. Work on the internal planes, and that's what I've got for you, beloved. So, Josie, and I hope that helps. Much love.
Okay. We've got there's a donated reading coming through for you. Steffi would like a reading from you, but why? While you get sorted, Anne, are you there? Wherever there is.
Thank you, Jose. You said that makes a lot of sense and has helped. I'm glad that has helped you, darling. It's always an honor to be able to help and support.
Indeed. That's what we're here for. And what do you want out of life at the moment? What do you seek? Are you spiritual? What's stirring with you? Because there seems to be a lot of over-analyzing, a lot of weight, a lot of burden at the moment. It feels like your mind's all over the place. A lot of heaviness. Yes. I'm glad you cleared that up. Do you have any spiritual practices? Because I've got a heap of cards here. They've all come out about pretty much spirituality. I'm just wondering if are you a seeker? Do you have certain practices you do, or what's going? It almost looks like you've started just on. Okay, so you will on your, because at the moment I've got too much overthinking, and it's really about you making that choice at the moment to know about, what is that name? On? No, you're not spiritual.
I think Anne is saying that she's not on that spiritual
journey. Okay. Yeah. Well, at the moment, it's about understanding. Regardless of that, at the moment it's about understanding yourself.
Yeah.
Okay. Because there's lessons in life, and there's stuff happening all around you, and there seems to be a lot of overthinking, a lot of over-analyzing. And the problem with when we start overthinking things and we're always inside our head is we create indecision. Okay, and then we're like, I need clarity, and then we do our best in our mindset to push that clarity out. Okay, because at the moment, I've got, there seems to be there's confusion. It feels like you're always looking somewhere else. You're always looking somewhere else, trying to find the answers. Okay, and what I'm getting here is all about going within. Because I've got like know your labels, and this is about knowing who you are. This is about knowing your strengths, knowing your weaknesses, knowing stuff about yourself. But most people spend their whole life avoiding themselves, looking at themselves. So we look around for circumstances to line up to make us happy. And at the moment, you're getting called to look deep within you, to ask yourself some questions. Okay, like who are you, and the stuff that's going to be beautiful. You're being asked to look inside you and see who you really are, and ask yourself that questions, because it seems to be too scattered at the moment. Okay, you're thinking of the past, you're thinking of the future. You're not. There seems to be too much. It feels like there's too much weight you're carrying around at the moment, and it's time to go and ask yourself, okay, what do I desire? What do I want? What do I desire? Who am I? Okay, because look, until we can start to ask ourselves these questions, and we can start to have a look at our lives, have a look at our patterns, have a look at what we're up to, we don't really know who we are. We're just running on autopilot. It just feels like you're running on the autopilot at the moment. There seems to be too much in the past. Oh, this happened, that happened, that's got me down. Okay, and look, the only message I've got really for you that's in front of me is until you look for fulfillment and happiness within, you just chasing a carrot on a stick. And when we do that, we just become victims of circumstances. At the moment, the universe is asking you to look deeper within yourself and find out who you are. Okay? Otherwise, you're going to get caught in cycles, cycle after cycle after cycle. Okay? Because at the moment, you're in reaction mode, cause and effect. Every time something happens, you just react to it. Problem is when we react to things all the time, we're on autopilot. We're emotionally on autopilot. Then we become a victim of circumstance. Circumstances dictate our life. And I just feel it's time for you to stop and have a real look at where things are headed. Because it just feels like that you're on a path at the moment. And it's just going to be more of the same old, okay? Unless you start asking yourself some questions and going within. It's the time to really get in contact with yourself. Because there's more out there. There's so many people that try to... It's like all those... There's so many people that try to... Because you're... See, I've got here, like, there's just... Your life's just internally... mentally, what's going on in your mind, you're so unbalanced, and it's everything circumstances. But look, again, I just keep getting all these cards coming up saying go within, start having that conversation with your inner self. Okay, and if you can do that, the universe is going to show you some stuff. It's going to start speaking to you. It's going to teach you some stuff. Yeah, I know. Yeah. I've lost both my parents in the last 12 months. It's hard. Okay, but we have to grieve. At the same time, we can focus on the fact that we miss them and they're not here, and makes us feel like crap, which is okay. It happens every once in a while. We do miss them. We do love them. But when I lost both my parents, I focused on some of the goofy things they did, some of the funny things that they said, some of the good times. And when I focused on that, it warmed my heart. So I changed my mindset. So when I was focusing on getting sad about them not being around, I'd get sadder and I'd get really miserable. But when I focus on the funny things, when I focus on the good times, you know, that memory, they're only a memory away. And when we can focus on the good stuff, it warms our heart. It warms our heart, and then they're only a thought away. We can relive all the good times anytime we want. Okay? Your mum came here to have her experience and serve the purpose and do what it was that she needed to do on this earth. Okay? And her time has moved on now. And I'm sure that she would love you to move on. Not to move on. We don't have to move on. We just have to let go of the fact that they're gone and just focus on what we had with them and the love that we had for them. Because they live in our heart. The monks used to say, they said, they live within our heart. Everyone's heard that when they say, when we lose someone, they live within our heart, and they do. Okay? So it's time for you to find that place in the heart where your mum lives and just focus on that. And it helps. It really helps. I hope that's helped you, Anne.
Beautiful message there, Brooke.
And we have a donated reading to do. You have a donated reading to do for Steffi. Would love a reading from you.
Okay. Thank you, Brooke. Steffi, thank you. So, Steffi, what I've got for you is that you're walking into the great mysteries. So you've got new guides that are coming through, or guides being reinforced. And I feel here we've got that connection. I don't want to name that, but it feels here a big anchor to the brotherhood. So it feels here that we've got the white brotherhood that's coming through. And I remember back years ago when we were doing work, and it was the white brother, white eagle. And I feel here that that energy is there around you. So that channeling capacity is getting deeper and deeper and deeper within you. And you're accessing that oneness, that conversation with our own higher knowledge, higher wisdom. And I feel that you're going through a very deep connection of transformation and transmutation. The Steffi that was here, say, 2 weeks ago is not the same one as that's sitting here. And we know about the timeline shifts, of course, but there's such great growth that's coming through, and Spirit's making you aware to stay curious to the wisdom that you're coming through, because you are helping and assessing and leaving a legacy. So is there written words that you need to put down, or value that you need to share so other people can do this? Are you working through opening up a workshop where other people can be there and receive your messages, and also access and learn how they can start accessing their own channeling message? You are working with others. So there is not just your own self, you are working with a team. So I've got three beings here that's coming through, very, very strong. And I got a deep connection here to the galactic family. So I know that you possibly would be working with one contingency or two contingency, but I've got three. So I've got the Arcturians, the Palladians, and the Syrians that are coming around. Now, I'm not aware of the frequency bandwidth that they're holding, but they are going into a high frequency. So they're making me aware that your channeling is going to get stronger and stronger. And so there is a purification in the body that's coming through as well. So you are going to be going through a bit of don't work with any. Okay, darling, it feels here that even though you may not be working with any, they are assisting and supporting you from that part. You don't channel, that's fair enough, darling, but I feel that you are accessing your own oneness. May I put it that way for you, darling? So if we were to say, I channel this or I channel that, we are only connected to our own higher beingness. And if that's the terminology that you use, beloved, that's the way I want to give it to you. Okay, darling, so you are, just to let you know that Spirit is here with you, and we don't have to define it. We don't have to segregate it and separate it and put it into little boxes, but that's the feeling that I'm being shown. So as we know, we've got all ourselves existing in this wonderful process of life in different facets, and that's the way Spirit wants to give that to you. And I feel that you're walking away from things that no longer serve you, so you've realized foods that are no longer helping you, and people and things like that. You'll realize that you are your own glorious self, so you're staying in the curious zone, and you're realizing that you can really fine-tune yourself in a way that you've not known yourself before. So in that newness, you're realizing and accessing aspects of yourself that you haven't recognized before. So many different facets are coming through for you there, Steffi. And I feel that you're really getting to that space of curiosity, but you're also getting to that space of mastership that's coming through. When you've got the King of Cups that's coming through with the King of Swords, I would have to suggest here there is that platform then you're coming through, that authorship of self. So also we want to go back to that story. Are you ready to heal, not heal, are you ready to serve in that way where you support others to do the same, similar vibration, learning from that? So there is a teaching role that's coming through very deeply for you. I also got carnelian that comes through for you, Steffi. So carnelian always makes me feel very connected to that laughter, that internal space, and bringing more laughter into your field, and connecting with others through that vehicle. Now, I know personally that you do take a lot of photography there, and you love to see things from a different perspective. Other people need to see more of that, so maybe that could be something that you may bring through. We are building a different foundation for you, beloved. So you're getting to know yourself. Again, I'm repeating myself, so please forgive me. You're getting to know yourself from anew, and remember, we're repeating this again, we're getting to know ourselves from new. So there's a lot of those connections from the deja vu coming through, and you're able to step into a field knowing that you've done it before. I've got a frame around you. So when Spirit gives me that understanding with this particular card, the gift, you're walking through, and you're leaving an imprint for others to pick up. So this is a really qualifying space where you've developed yourself in that. So they want to congratulate you for getting to that space and surrendering. There is also that curiosity that's coming through, and I feel here that you're still investigating parts of yourself that you still yet to recognize, and really anchoring them home. We're bringing through joy, as we said before, and we're just bringing up that healing capacity as well. So you're amplifying that energy and sending it out, rippling it out to beyond the physical plane. And that's what I've got for you, darling. I feel that you're really finding a balance on all that you are, and I hope that makes some sense. And I really send you many blessings too, Steffi, and thank you for giving me the privilege to talk with you tonight. I hope that made sense. Back to you, Brooke. Investigating everyone. I love it. Are you on mute, beloved? Brooke?
I was just looking at the banner, seeing if there was a banner that said "Ban Steffi." I thought Cindy would be onto it. No. Okay. Well, we haven't. It's getting closer to 9 o'clock, so we might go to run out readings. So, people, if I'll just check that no one else has donated. And I have to type in PayPal because I typed in the wrong thing the first time I hit remember to remember the password.
Yeah.
And now I've deleted it and uninstalled it and done all that, and it just still keeps coming up as the old one. So
technology, eh?
Oh no, I had the right password, but I had the caps lock on. Do you know what I mean? So it just goes, oh no, that's not it.
Yeah, that's not it. Start again, Brooke. I love the banter. Ban Steffi.
That's it, Ban Steffi. Cindy's I don't know what instrument she plays, but apparently she used to be in a band. Okay, people. So if you had not had a reading tonight, now just do it once because Cindy will find it. Place in the comment section if you would like a run out reading, place a 1 in the comment section, and then we will get to you as soon as I find the thing. There it is.
Oh, Steffi.
The healing step. Yeah, that's it. Ban the mum. Ban Brooke Hadlin. You sure? Ban me from what? Thank you, Amanda. Thank you. You're such a lovely girl, Amanda. I like you, Amanda.
Yeah. And she's beautiful.
So no one wants a run out reading. If you want a run out reading and you have not had a reading tonight and you would like a quick card or two, please put a 1 in the comment section. Oh, fine, Chantel. I'll just sit back then. Okay.
Okay, Chantel, here we go, darling. So we've got you starting up a new adventure of seeing things. Oh, look, this is interesting. It's sort of like you've got such a beautiful heart, darling. So as Spirit's making me aware is, you got to look at, even though people don't recognize you, you're the one that's got to recognize you. Give yourself permission to milk that. I don't know why they're saying it this way, but milk that joy that you really are, and really shine that out to those people that are around you. Because it feels here there's somebody around that may be envious, not understanding their own self, so they're projecting it forward. Don't take it on. You can be very different than other people, and this is a really good thing. And shine that light about that, because it is going to be very supportive for yourself when you recognize the joy of who you really are. I do feel that there's a lot of love coming from the other side for you, and I do feel that there's a reference to milk. Now, I don't know whether you A, to have it, B, not to have it. So I just want to give that to you, because that's not normally what I do. But anyhow, I'll leave that with you. I hope that made sense. Something about milk, beloved. Let me know. Are you allergic to it, not meant to have it? I don't know. There's something there. There's something there, Chantal. Let us know. Off to you, Brooke.
Okay, Judy. There's a big heart, but what I've got in front of me is basically just, it's pretty quick actually, is that, there's things that we want in life, there's dreams, but it just feels like there's a bit of hiding away on your behalf. Okay, because I've got Heed Your Dreams, it's inverted. Okay, but the problem is we hide us. Sometimes we can't have everything. It comes at a cost. Cause and effect. Everything comes at a cost. Has a price. And at the moment, there's some things that you would like to desire to have in your life, and you're looking at ways that maybe you can achieve certain things or certain desires. But at the moment, the Make a Sacrifice card came up. And this means sometimes we've got to get out of our comfort zones. We're going to sacrifice our time, because there's some new stuff that you want to, that's going to bring fruitfulness and joy into your life. There's new stuff waiting for you. There's always stuff waiting for you at the moment, waiting around you. But when we close ourselves off and we get in our comfort zones, we trade, so we don't realize what we're throwing away at the moment. And I feel like there's some things that you need to do. There's some sacrifices that you need to make. Okay, that can have enormous effect on bringing in just the joy and warmth into your life at the moment, and that experience and the desire and that spark that you so much desire. Okay, it's just waiting there, but everything has a cost, and sometimes we've got to move out of our we can't have it all come to us. And I just feel that there's some places where you need to just push yourself past yourself, okay? Because it feels like you'll make the effort, and you'll get so far, and then it's like, yeah, okay, that's enough. But sometimes we've got to get curious, even when we're uncomfortable, even when it's just not our norm. I really feel you're going to push yourself past the norm, and there's treasures and beauties and all sorts of stuff waiting for you that the universe wants to show you. I hope that's helped you.
That's a beautiful message, Brooke.
Well, that's good, because new cards. I don't know what they were bloody saying.
Are you using the new shaman ones?
No, I've got. They had a deck that I've been using for a while. I think it's the Seeker's Oracle. You can actually, it's a great little deck. It's a great little deck that you can get it from Big W. And I think this is the Seeker's. Oh, sorry, that's the Seeker's Oracle. And this is I don't know, the Guidance Oracle or something. But they're like sister decks, and you can get them from Big W, and they got some great messages in them.
She's a fantastic artist, really fantastic artist.
Have you got the cards? Have you?
I've got the latest one, and I've also got her tarot deck.
Yeah,
and a really beautiful artwork. Yeah, she's just a magnificent artist.
Oh, they are. They're lovely. Well, thank you for being on tonight at such short notice.
My pleasure, sweetie. It was great. It was great fun to do some readings and to connect and to get to meet you and get to meet your audience. It's been great.
Yeah, they're a pretty cool bunch. Yeah, that Steffi can get a bit dodgy sometimes, but Cindy keeps him in his spot, so it's usually quite good. Well, how do people get hold of you if they want to get hold of you? Where does everyone find you?
You can find me on my Facebook page with Lucia Tomarchio, Spirit Messenger and Artist, and I think you got the links there. And you can find me on my webpage. My webpage is luciahealingarts.com. And you can book in from there if you want to have a private one. I also do readings on my page, and I also do readings with Connected Seers on their page. Got that group going. So you can reach out if you'd like to have a private reading. We do all sorts of bits and pieces, lots of healing, lots of love, lots of connections. You can ask any questions. Spirit's very generous, and we'll spend the time to really unravel and, show some really good insight that will help and support you to uplift yourself. So, that's what I do. That's what I do day in, day out. And I also paint. I love to paint as well. So
they look lovely.
I'm up for commissions and spirit guide drawings and paintings, of your guides and things like that. And, like we were saying with Steffi, it's not a singularity of consciousness. It is consciousness, but it just comes in its own beautiful, unique facets like we are, So sometimes we have animals that come through or a being that looks recognizable, with eyes and mouth and all that type of gorgeous things, I don't do too many of the ET ones, though I have done them in the past. I do light language, all sorts of bits and pieces. Yeah, love it.
Steffi, you can commission me to paint you a picture. I'll paint you the singularity of the universe, the void. I'm just going to paint a whole thing black. Send that to you. There you go. It's a void. It's spiritual painting. It's about my limitations.
Oh,
I can spray your car, though. I can paint your car.
Oh,
I'm good at that.
Yeah. Look, I didn't know how to paint. Spirit taught me, and Spirit is the one that teaches me all of that. I didn't have any art skills at all. And one morning I woke up with, "You're an artist," and so I bought some paints and I took my journey through it. And I still, to this day, I'm not a really good drawer, but I can paint with a brush. Colors come out, and so it's all guided.
Really nice.
Yeah. So that was my last one that I did. The horse that came out for this year of 2022. So that represents authenticity, and for us to travel on our path with our own direction and make the choices that we want to make. So it was a very, very interesting one that came through. I was going to put a horn on it, and it said no. It just needs.
I was just thinking that. I was thinking about the unicorns.
Yeah.
But I heard someone say that the unicorns were nasty pasties.
I don't know.
I don't know either, but I just thought it was funny because I'm thinking with that horn, maybe like, they'd call out to one another and then like, just that horn would go into the other unicorn and they'd be like, oi! And so they were always like grumpy. Walking around covering their eyes. Like you'd go to meet one and he'd like, you'd go up to a unicorn would go up to a unicorn and speak to them, and then they'd put their head up and they'd be like, oh, watch yourself. And that's just, I don't know how they survived. That's probably what happened. I'm not sure.
It's good theory. Good theory there.
But unicorns are funny, except when they're, a bit too rainbowy for me.
Bit too rainbowy?
Yeah, a bit too rainbowy.
You're into dragons and things like that, are you, love?
No.
No,
I used to be into dragons, not anymore.
No,
they're just too rainbowy.
Just too much light fluff, eh?
Oh yeah, I mean, I do the emotional work, and I'm in touch with my feminine side. But no, I still can't get past that program. I'm not going to wear, pink and a bow. Yeah, it's just not happening on my watch.
Love it.
Okay, thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you, everyone, for joining us. Thank you, Lucia, and we'll see. I'll see you next time. You're going to have to come back on the show again.
Oh, thank you.
If you like.
That would be lovely. I really have enjoyed myself. Thanks, everyone. Thanks for listening. Blessings.
I just got to find the video. There it is. Found it. Bye.